Is the devil female or male? At first glance, the question sounds simple, and yet behind this single question lies one of humanity's deepest, most uncomfortable, and most ancient mysteries. It reaches beyond theology, beyond mythology, beyond psychology, beyond biology, and even beyond the human imagination itself. The moment you ask this question sincerely, you are no longer asking about gender. You are asking about the architecture of reality, about the nature of good and evil, about the origin of consciousness, about the structure of chaos and order, about why humans fear darkness, desire rebellion, and shape the universe with symbols they barely understand. For thousands of years, religions, tribes, philosophers, mystics, occult orders, and entire civilizations have tried to answer this question indirectly, yet none dared to confront it with absolute honesty. What exactly is the devil? And if the devil exists, what form does that being take? To ask whether the devil is female or male is not simply a curiosity. It is an attempt to decode what humanity projects onto darkness. When we say devil, we are not speaking about a literal horned creature hiding underground. We are speaking about the human mind's most ancient shadow. We are speaking about nature's wild force. We are speaking about the cosmos's unstructured energy. We are speaking about rebellion, desire, hunger, chaos, temptation, freedom, creation, destruction, transformation, and the unexplainable regions of consciousness. Every civilization has tried to give a shape to these forces. Every civilization gave them a name, and every civilization unconsciously gave them a gender. But why? Why should a cosmic force have a gender? Why should metaphysical chaos have a masculine or feminine essence? And why does the devil, above all beings, become the battleground of this question? The human mind cannot survive without symbols. When humans encounter something they cannot understand, they give it a face, they give it a name, they give it a story. This is a survival mechanism of consciousness. Chaos is terrifying, the unknown is unbearable. The dark void of existence is too vast for the mind to grasp. So humanity carved the unknown into shapes it could manage. And so the devil was born, not as a creature, but as a mirror of everything human beings are afraid to admit exists inside themselves. But is this mirror masculine or feminine? Is it a she, a he, or something beyond both, something humans simply cannot categorize? To answer this, we must travel back in time. Long before Christianity, long before Islam, long before Judaism, long before monotheism even existed, we must travel to the beginning of myth. To the dawn of archetypes. Because the devil is far older than religion. The devil is older than language. The devil is older than the idea of evil itself. In prehistoric tribes, chaos was female. In ancient Egypt, chaos was male. In Mesopotamia, chaos was both. In Greece, chaos had no gender. In Hinduism, destruction is female, but so is divine power. In Christian theology, the devil is male, yet in esoteric traditions, the devil is feminine temptation. In occultism, the devil is androgynous. In psychology, the devil is the shadow of the human mind, beyond gender entirely. So, which one is true? All of them? None of them? Or is the truth something so strange and so ancient that we lost it long ago? To understand whether the devil is female or male, we must question everything we know about gender itself. Gender, biologically, is a human condition. But the devil is not human. The devil is not limited. The devil is not defined by chromosomes or hormones or bodies or rituals or reproductive roles. The devil is a concept, a force, an archetype, a cosmic pattern, a psychological projection, a mythological structure, a metaphysical energy, a primordial myth older than civilization. And yet humans insist on giving it a gender. Why? Because gender is the most powerful symbolic language humanity knows. Female represents chaos, life, creation, intuition, darkness, night, water, cycles. Male represents order, structure, law, clarity, light, fire, boundaries, logic. And the devil stands exactly at the crossroads of these two realms. To some cultures, the devil is feminine because feminine power is raw, untamed, sexual, creative, and dangerous. The feminine principle breaks structure. It rejects limitation, it seduces, it destroys old forms so that new forms can emerge. It whispers freedom, it says no to authority, it tempts humanity to question everything. And religion feared this. To other cultures, the devil is masculine because masculine rebellion threatens divine law. Masculine ambition challenges the authority of God. Masculine pride becomes the seed of cosmic disobedience. Masculine force breaks the hierarchy of heaven, and religion feared this too. So the devil became whatever humanity most feared at the time. In patriarchal cultures, the devil was woman. In matriarchal or warrior cultures, the devil was man. In mystical cultures, the devil was both. In philosophical systems, the devil had no gender at all. But beneath all these interpretations lies a deeper truth. The devil's gender reveals more about the culture than it reveals about the devil. Every society projects its shadow onto the devil. Societies that feared women made the devil female. Societies that feared rebellious men made the devil male. Societies that feared desire made the devil sexual. Societies that feared freedom made the devil a rebel. Societies that feared knowledge made the devil a teacher. Societies that feared death made the devil a destroyer. Thus the devil became a canvas for humanity's darkest anxieties. But what is the devil actually? Let us break the boundaries of myth and enter the psychological realm. Carl Jung believed the devil is the shadow, the repressed part of the human psyche. The shadow has no gender. It takes the shape you fear. If you fear feminine chaos, your devil is a woman. If you fear masculine rebellion, your devil is a man. If you fear desire, your devil becomes a seducer. If you fear raw power, your devil becomes a tyrant. If you fear yourself, the devil becomes your mirror. This idea alone destroys the entire notion of a fixed gender. But our journey continues deeper. Now let us question the cosmos. In the universe, forces do not have gender. Gravity has no gender. Dark matter has no gender. Entropy has no gender. Chaos has no gender. And yet, in myth, all are given gendered faces. Why? Because humans cannot emotionally understand what has no shape, so we give it one. Thus the devil, whatever it truly is, became gendered, so humans could relate to it, fear it, fight it, or blame it. But the devil's actual nature might be more complex. What if the devil is not male or female, but the interplay between the two, the forbidden union of order and chaos? The tension between structure and destruction, the dance between law and freedom? What if the devil is the energy created when duality collapses? In some occult traditions, the devil is androgynous because creation itself is androgynous. The universe was born from a singularity, a state with no duality, no gender, no separation. Perhaps the devil represents that primal state before order and chaos split apart. And maybe, just maybe, this is why the devil cannot be pinned down. Not male, not female, but the original chaos that contains both. But before accepting that conclusion, we must examine something deeper: desire. The devil is always associated with desire, temptation, longing, forbidden curiosity, the fire of the human will. Desire has both masculine and feminine forms. Desire gives life, desire destroys life, desire transforms life. Desire is creation, desire is rebellion. Desire is disobedience, desire is evolution. Perhaps the devil is simply the name we give to the universal force of desire. If so, the devil cannot be trapped inside, male or female. Desire flows between both. Desire changes shape. Desire speaks the language of instinct. Desire is older than gender. Desire is older than God concepts. Desire shapes the universe itself. This leads to yet another question. If gender is human, but the devil is cosmic, why do we keep insisting on gendering it? The answer is simple: because humans do not want to face the truth. A gendered devil is easier to fight. A gendered devil is easier to blame. A gendered devil is easier to understand. But a genderless devil, a cosmic force beyond form, terrifies the human mind. A male devil threatens with power. A female devil threatens with temptation. But a devil beyond gender threatens with truth. And truth is the one thing humans fear more than evil. So in this introduction, as we begin unraveling this ancient mystery, one insight becomes clear. The devil is not a being, the devil is a symbol. And symbols evolve with culture. When society changes, the devil's gender changes. When religion changes, the devil changes. When human fear changes, the devil changes. Thus the question, is the devil female or male, becomes deeper. What does humanity fear today? Rebellion? Freedom? Instinct, power, chaos, knowledge, sexuality, transformation, or itself? Whatever the answer may be, that is the true gender of the devil in our era. And in the chapters to come, we will dive into the myths, the religions, the psychology, the symbols, the anthropology, the occult teachings, and the cosmic metaphysics behind the devil's identity. But remember this, the devil becomes the gender that scares you the most, and the gender that frees you the most. Because no matter what you believe, the devil always reveals one truth. Humanity cannot escape its own shadow. It can only give it a face. The feminine devil, the serpent, the night, the void. In many ancient traditions, before Christianity rewrote the script, the force of destruction, transformation, chaos, and forbidden knowledge was female. Look at the earliest mythologies. In Sumerian mythology, Tiamat, the primordial dragon of saltwater chaos, is female. In Greek mythology, Eris, the goddess of discord, unleashes the chaos that births war. In Mesopotamian myth, the primordial darkness known as female. In Hindu tradition, Kali is the goddess of death, destruction, rebirth, blood, and liberation. In Egyptian cosmology, Nephthys is the goddess of the dark, the unseen, and the forbidden. In all these cultures, chaos is not simply female. Chaos is the feminine principle itself. Not woman, but femininity as a cosmic force. A force that refuses boundaries. A force that dissolves structure. A force that devours the old world so the new one can emerge. To these ancient cultures, femininity was not passive, it was not gentle, it was not weak. It was creation, destruction, instinct, birth, death, intuition, darkness, hunger, seduction, wildness, and transformation. That is why in many traditions the devil eventually became female, because the devil represented everything the feminine principle symbolized: unchained power, uncontrollable freedom, and forbidden transformation. This feminine devil is not an enemy of God. She is the enemy of stability, order, and law. She is the serpent that whispers, eat the fruit, know yourself, break the rule. And that is the true crime in many mythic systems. Not evil, not violence, but disobedience. This makes the feminine devil not a monster, but a liberator. The masculine devil, the rebel, the fire, the fallen star. But in other cultures, the devil becomes male. Consider the Abrahamic traditions. Lucifer is a he. Satan is a he. Iblis is a he. The adversary is a he. But this masculine devil is not the same as the earlier feminine chaos figures. He represents something different. Not chaos, but rebellion. Not instinct, but will. Not wildness, but pride. The masculine devil is not the force that dissolves structure. He is the force that defies power. His crime is not chaos. His crime is ambition. His crime is wanting to rise. His fall is not a punishment for evil. His fall is a punishment for equality. In these traditions, the devil becomes the masculine principle of rebellion, individualism, hierarchy breaking, defiance, fire logic without submission, intellect without obedience. This devil is not seduction. This devil is insurrection. And this is why Abrahamic religions gender the devil masculine, because in patriarchal culture, the greatest threat was not feminine chaos, but masculine rebellion against divine authority. The devil became a man because the most feared danger was a man who refused to kneel. When the devil is both... Between these two extremes lies a hidden truth that most religions try to bury. In many ancient esoteric traditions, the devil is androgynous. In the oldest Gnostic sects, the adversary is both father and mother, both light and shadow, both order and chaos. In occult philosophy, Baphomet symbolizes the union of masculine and feminine energies. In alchemy, the rebis, the two-in-one, represents the completed soul that transcends gender. In Kabbalah, the Qliphoth contains both masculine and feminine destructive forces that exist beyond earthly gender. Why? Because these systems understood something modern religions forgot. Ultimate power is not masculine or feminine, it is the unity of both. Chaos without structure collapses. Structure without chaos stagnates. Life requires both. Death requires both. Creation requires both. Destruction requires both. Thus, the devil, as the ultimate symbol of cosmic duality, becomes the one who contains both principles, not man, not woman, but the primordial energy beneath gender, the role of fear in gendering the devil. Now we must go deeper. Why did cultures choose one gender over the other? The answer lies in fear. Every society fears different things, and each society gives the devil the shape of what they fear most. Societies that feared feminine power, sexuality, intuition, blood, magic, and nature turned the devil into a woman. The serpent in Eden, Lilith the night demon, witches, sirens, temptresses, chaotic goddesses. Societies that feared masculine power and ambition, pride, aggression, turned the devil into a man. Lucifer, the fallen angel. Satan, the accuser. Iblis, the rebel. Shaitan, the whisperer. Each culture externalized its fears by assigning them a gender. But none of this tells us the true nature of the devil. It only tells us about humanity. The devil becomes the gender of the fear you fear the most. The devil! In psychology, beyond gender. When we enter the psychological realm, things change drastically. In the mind, the devil is the shadow, the rejected part of the self. The shadow has no gender. It becomes male or female depending on what the conscious mind represses. A man who represses his feminine instincts sees the devil as female. A woman who represses her masculine ambition sees the devil as male. A person who represses desire sees the devil as a seducer. A person who represses aggression sees the devil as a tyrant. A person who represses curiosity sees the devil as a forbidden teacher. So the devil's gender becomes a psychological Rorschach test. You see in the devil whatever you are afraid to see in yourself. This is the most dangerous truth. The devil's gender reveals your shadow, not the devil's. The devil in biology, the origin of gender itself. Now let us step into biology. Gender evolved long after life began, long after single-celled organisms, long after basic multicellular life. For billions of years, the universe functioned with no concept of male or female. Gender is not cosmic. Gender is not primordial. Gender is not metaphysical. Gender is not universal. Gender is a biological mechanism for reproduction in complex organisms. So how can the devil, a metaphysical being, have a biological trait? The answer, it cannot unless humans project it. The devil in mythology, the original patterns. Different mythologies offer different devils. Female devils, Lilith, Kali, Tiamat, Hecate, Medusa, Eris. Male devils, Lucifer, Satan, Set, Ahriman, Hades, Iblis. Genderless or androgynous devils, Baphomet, Azazel, Samael, Chaos, the Ouroboros, the serpent of knowledge. These archetypes conflict, yet they also reveal a hidden pattern. The devil is whatever threatens the dominant order. If a society is patriarchal, feminine chaos becomes the devil. If a society is authoritarian, masculine rebellion becomes the devil. If a society fears sexuality, the devil becomes erotic. If a society fears knowledge, the devil becomes the teacher. If a society fears freedom, the devil becomes the rebel. If a society fears death, the devil becomes the destroyer. The devil is not a being. The devil is a reflection, the cosmic view, beyond all forms. Now we transcend religion, psychology, and myth. In the universe, forces do not have gender. The devil, if the devil exists as a cosmic force, must therefore be beyond gender. In this cosmic view, chaos is genderless, order is genderless, consciousness is genderless, energy is genderless, entropy is genderless, creation is genderless. Destruction is genderless. These forces existed long before humans, long before life, long before gender, long before thought. So if the devil represents chaos, rebellion, desire, transformation, destruction, freedom, knowledge, or any other cosmic force, then the devil cannot be male or female. The devil can only be what humans need to imagine to understand these forces. The devil as a mirror of God. Now comes the most controversial idea. If God is traditionally gendered male, the devil becomes the feminine principle by contrast. If God is unchanging order, the devil becomes changing chaos. If God is structure, the devil becomes freedom. If God is law, the devil becomes rebellion. If God is light, the devil becomes shadow. If God is perfection, the devil becomes evolution. But in some traditions, God contains both masculine and feminine. If God is both, then the devil must also mirror both. This is why some occult traditions call the devil the shadow of God, not male, not female, but the hidden side of the divine. The human fear of androgyny. Now, we must confront a psychological taboo. Humanity fears what cannot be categorized. A being that is both male and female threatens identity. A being that is neither male nor female threatens structure. A being that transcends gender threatens the foundation of society. Thus, the devil becomes a symbol of this fear, limitlessness, ambiguity, transformation, fluidity, freedom from form. In many occult images, the devil is deliberately androgynous, not because the devil is biologically both genders, but because the devil represents a reality beyond limitations. At the end of all questioning, after traveling through mythology, psychology, cosmology, theology, and the dark corridors of human fear, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. The devil's gender was never the real question. The gender was only the mask. Every culture, every religion, every mind carved a different mask. A feminine face when the world feared feminine chaos. A masculine face when the world feared masculine rebellion. A seductive shape when desire was forbidden. A monstrous shape when knowledge was dangerous. A shadowy shape when freedom was unacceptable. Humanity has been fighting not the devil, but its own reflection. We have not been battling a demon outside of us, but the unspoken truths within us. And every time we feared something inside ourselves, we painted that fear onto the devil and called it evil. If a society feared instinct, the devil became instinct. If a society feared sexuality, the devil became temptation. If a society feared rebellion, the devil became Lucifer. If a society feared independent women, the devil became Lilith. If a society feared raw power, the devil became a horned god. If a society feared forbidden wisdom, the devil became the serpent. But the serpent never lies, it only reveals. And every revelation makes the world uncomfortable, because truth is always the most dangerous forbidden fruit. So what is the devil's true gender? The most honest answer is also the most unsettling. The devil becomes whatever you are afraid of, whatever you reject, whatever you repress, whatever you refuse to see in yourself. The devil is not a creature, the devil is the unfiltered human psyche, and the psyche has no gender, it only has shadow. This means the devil is not a being that exists outside us. The devil is the region of ourselves that we have not yet understood, the region that refuses our masks, the region that whispers deeper questions. The real devil is the voice that asks, who told you this was forbidden? Who told you not to think? Who told you not to question? Who told you knowledge was dangerous? Who told you freedom was a sin? This is why the devil has always been demonized, not because it is evil, but because it is inconvenient. The devil is the pressure that pushes humanity to evolve, the force that breaks stagnation, the spark that makes consciousness grow, the rebellion that keeps existence alive, the chaos that keeps creation moving. Every religion that tried to control humanity labeled this energy as evil. Every government that feared rebellion turned this energy into a threat. Every society that feared freedom transformed this energy into a monster, and every individual who feared their own shadow projected that fear outward and called it the devil. But the devil was never outside. The devil is the part of you that wants to wake up. That is why the most ancient mystical traditions did not fear the devil. They studied it, they meditated on it, they understood it, they transformed it. Because they knew a secret modern religions forgot. Light cannot exist without darkness. Order cannot exist without chaos. Law cannot exist without rebellion. Creation cannot exist without destruction. God cannot exist without the devil, not as enemies, but as necessary opposites. The devil is not the opposite of God. The devil is the shadow of whatever you call God. Whatever your highest ideal is, the devil is the part you excluded from it. If you call order divine, the devil becomes chaos. If you call obedience holy, the devil becomes rebellion. If you call purity sacred, the devil becomes desire. If you call light truth, the devil becomes darkness. If you call perfection divine, the devil becomes evolution. And evolution always comes from discomfort. This is why the devil is not male or female. This is why the devil appears in every shape. This is why the devil cannot be captured in a single story. This is why the devil is different in every culture. The devil shapeshifts because the human mind shapeshifts. In the end, the devil's gender tells us nothing about the devil, but everything about humanity. When humanity feared women, the devil was a woman. When humanity feared men, the devil was a man. When humanity feared sexuality, the devil was seduction. When humanity feared death, the devil was darkness. When humanity feared knowledge, the devil was the serpent. When humanity feared freedom, the devil was the rebel. So who is the devil today? Today, humanity fears identity, chaos, change, truth, complexity, and power. So today, the devil has no gender at all. The modern devil is fluid, shifting, undefinable, ambiguous, because that is what society fears most, a force that cannot be categorized. And maybe that is the closest we will ever come to the truth, because the devil, in its deepest form, is the symbol of pure potential, the raw power that exists before form, the force that refuses to be tamed by labels, the energy that exists before masculine and feminine, a consciousness that can take any shape because it is not trapped in one. That is why the devil is terrifying, not because it is evil, but because it is free. And if you follow this line of thought to its end, a final forbidden idea emerges, an idea older than all religions, whispered only in the secret teachings. The devil is not your enemy. The devil is the gate you must walk through to know yourself. The devil is the teacher at the threshold. The devil is the test before transformation. The devil is the mirror that shows you what you refuse to see. The devil is the shadow you must integrate, not destroy. Because only when you understand your shadow can you understand your light. And so the question, is the devil female or male, dissolves into a deeper realization. The devil is whatever reveals your truth. And if you reach this point, if you followed the darkness all the way down, if you allowed the forbidden questions to echo in your mind, then you are exactly the type of seeker this channel exists for. If you want more forbidden philosophy, more metaphysical analysis, more mythology, decoded more psychology of darkness, more cosmic interpretation, more shadow work, more ancient teachings, more existential exploration, then stay close. Follow, comment, share your thoughts, join the circle. This is not an ordinary channel. This is not an ordinary philosophy. This is the place where the forbidden becomes knowledge, where the shadow becomes guide, where the unspoken becomes truth, and where you walk through the darkness, not to be destroyed, but to see. If you are ready, there is more to explore, much more. And the next question awaits you in the next video.